What's up? Welcome to Rock Phoenix Live 2026, baby.
Waiting on the sky to change.
Welcome back to Rock Phoenix Live, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Tonight we're talking about concert venues in the Phoenix metropolis area, And one of the things about this is that I want to raise awareness for the fact that sometimes we go to these shows and what they say online isn't necessarily what you get when you get there. And that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to give you guys a heads up. Anytime you guys are going to go see a concert in the Phoenix metropolis area, we've got the lowdown on all the venues because we've been there before. Of course, it might have been 10 years ago that we've been there, maybe even 4 years ago since we've been there, but we're still giving you knowledge about that we've been there. We saw Starset back in 2017 over at Pub Rock. Pub Rock on our list of places that we've been to, and Pub Rock was interesting because as a first-time person going to a concert venue in Arizona, Pub Rock was so small that I had no idea what I was going to expect. I'm so used to being in California where bands play big venues, and if you've never been to a place where it's small and intimate, it can be kind of like off-putting. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, this is interesting. Like, I've never seen this before. So Pub Rock was basically a dive bar, and they had the speakers and the sound system to do a live concert. And I always joke with my wife, I'm like, hey, if I had speakers and a mixer, I could totally put a rock show on in my bedroom. But a lot of these places do that. They sign themselves up for a big speaker system and they put it in the mixer, and all of a sudden they're signing bands up, and it's like you go there and the sound quality is just crap. Or the band's trying to get into the music and they bump their head on the ceiling because the stage is so high and the ceiling is so low. It's like, this is just really retarded. Anyway, welcome back to Rock Phoenix Live. Jen, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Awesome, great.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say, I guess. I do remember Pub Rock, and I do remember waiting outside because you always make me go way, 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 way too early. And we called it Pigeon Alley because there's pigeon poop everywhere in this location.
That was Club Red.
Oh, then no, I don't remember. Sorry. Oh, Club Red's the one that closed because it died from COVID.
Exactly.
Oh,
and that was where you would
sad.
stand in line.
Pigeon Alley is probably way piled up now because
They
nobody's
had-
there to clean it.
They had
Pub Rock was really low ceilings.
Yep.
You're right. Like probably just a standard 8 foot because it's an old building and they didn't know about, vaulted ceilings or 9 foot or 10 or whatever. And yep, you're right. They were jumping around on stage and it looked like they were going to bump their heads. And I'm not so great with the sound, but you probably heard it. Like you're saying, when you have this great system or these speakers or this, but you don't have the acoustics or you don't have the echoes or the whatever that you're supposed to have to make great bands sound great. So I'm sure their managers just wanted to get them out there, so they said, sure, we'll go here without really looking into it too much or seeing the square footage or the capacity that it could hold.
It's
Maybe.
a dive bar. And when we went there,
Yeah.
You have people lining up to go to the show, but at the same time you have regulars sitting at the bar like having drinks, and they're like who's
Was that the
playing
one with
tonight?
the big ceiling fans?
No. Well, yes, correct.
So where we were sitting at the back, there was big ceiling fans. So I think it wasn't low there. It was just a really low ceiling on stage.
We saw the
maybe.
albino band there.
Oh, they were great.
Remember we died.
Almost wanted to say Genesis, but it's not.
Oh my gosh.
They were my favorite. I can't remember them.
Gemini Syndrome.
Gemini. Oh, Genesis, Gemini. So
Yep.
it was close.
And
Gemini Syndrome was
I
great.
thought they were for that band Screaming for Eagles or whatever. So I
Yeah, you're awesome. Could I buy your CD or whatever?
But that was my first time going back to a rock show. I had never been to a concert before that in a long, long time, and that was my first time, and I was like, screw it. You know what? I'm going to go out there and put myself, because going to a rock show is it's like going to an airport. It's very confusing, and a lot of times it's very scary because there's areas where you have to be to get for your VIP. There's areas where you have to go when you want to, getting into the show.
I don't think it's scary. It might be a little stressful.
Yes.
Scary at an airport is like going to a giant stadium and you have no idea where you're supposed to park and you don't want to miss your show because you spent hundreds of dollars on a ticket, and then you get get there and you're like, holy crap, this stadium is freaking massive. And you don't like looking up at the ceiling in big stadiums because you get a little bit hoo-ha, right? Never would sit in the nosebleed section.
Just terrifying.
Yeah, see, I mean, but it is stressful. And then you like come in the wrong door, or us after Metallica, we went out the wrong door. We walked the entire way around State Farm Stadium, which is massive.
All right.
The whole way around, backwards,
So
opposite.
Pub Rock is a small little dive bar place, and they have massive, like, huge bands that play there. And
Yeah.
Starset had just come off a tour with Breaking Benjamin playing massive venues. So when we talked to them, because we did the VIP experience, and I asked them, I said, hey, what is it like playing in this place? He's like, it's just insane. We went from playing, 23,000 people to all of a sudden playing like 500. And sometimes he said that the tour manager is the one that wanted him to do these things because they wanted to get a more intimate experience of Starset. So they did the VIP experience.
But I'm assuming Starset, because you all have to start off somewhere, you probably started off at the smaller venues, maybe
Right.
local.
Yeah.
So they just kind of reverted back. It's not that it was the only time they'd ever done a low ceiling, smaller venue dive bar. I'm sure they probably did lots of dive bars in the beginning.
Well, one of the things I asked him was, like, on the videos on your social media, it looks like you're playing these awesome clubs and you've got all these lights and stuff. He says they specifically filmed it at these bars that they were going to make it look more extravagant than it really
different
was.
Angles or mirrors or something.
Yeah, and then my sister said the same thing. She's always said, like, when she had boyfriends and stuff, you put what you want people to see on social media.
Yeah.
You never put the true thing there.
Yeah, you put the happy stuff. You don't want to put the,
Right.
I look like crap, or we just cried, we had a big fight stuff. Right. Why would anyone want to see that? That's why we don't post them. We're not trying to create a different person, or a different life. We're just, why would you want to post ugly stuff anyways?
Yep. So if you're going to go to Pub Rock, if it's still around, I'm sure it is. It's a local bar. And if you're going to go there, keep in mind, get there early because it's one of those places where there's no seats to reserve like other places. You have to make your way to the front of the stage. It's not that hard. I mean, it's a small place.
Yeah.
But still, if you don't get there on a certain decent time, you're not going to make it to the front of the stage where you'll see the band. We kind of migrated when we saw Starset with Gemini Syndrome and Screaming for Eagles or whoever the other band was that I bought their CD. We kind of migrated from the back to the front by the time Starset got there. Or no, actually, we were in the front when we got there, and by the time Starset came on, we were actually in the back. Now, the restrooms are very difficult to get to in these places, especially when there's a lot of people because they don't designate lanes to go to the restroom. So you're navigating through people to get to the
Through
restrooms.
the crowd. So you better go when you have the feeling that you think you have to go, because if you wait and you hold it, yeah, you'll be going
It'll be too late.
in your pants. Yeah.
There's
It'll be too late.
There's no food there. There's like pretzels and peanuts and stuff, but there's no food at Pub Rock. Pub
Hey,
Rock.
was that the place where we could only drink out of cans as well?
Yes,
Like,
especially
wasn't-
when you're on the floor. They don't want glass and stuff like that.
No, but I mean, they didn't even have like cups. Like literally, we had to drink out of cans. I'm not a fan of aluminum, but they cracked it open and gave us a can. Maybe there were open cups too, but I don't remember.
A lot of places do that because they don't want to.
Oh, I agree with no glass. We don't want that because then somebody, not only could cut themselves, but you could also whack somebody on the head with it.
And nowadays, with
do
everybody
some
getting so
damage.
angry about everything, like
Yeah.
you piss a guy off and he just breaks the bottle and
Yeah.
then cracks you with the neck with a glass bottle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
But
Pub Rock, no food. Bathrooms are hard to get to because it's so small, especially when you have a crowded event and you have a big band playing there that you really, really want to see.
Did we also see the bands just in the back alley?
We did.
They were warming up and stuff. That
So-
was kind of cool. It wasn't like blocked off or
After
anything.
the VIP experience, I went to the restroom. You went to the bar to get some more drinks, and I went to the restroom. And when I came out, Starset was getting ready to do their acoustic set. Dustin, the lead singer from Starset, comes walking in the back right next to the bathrooms. He's got hot tea in his hand, and he's like warming up his vocals. And I'm like, hey. He's like, hey. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, it was just so intimate. Like, there wasn't a spot for like the band to enter the venue. It was like wherever the bathrooms were, the band entered from there.
Yeah.
There's a guy tuning a snare
Like a
drum
back door.
in the back alley.
Yeah.
It was really, really small. And I feel like Starset didn't want to be there really, but they were doing it because it was on their tour and it was pulling in some sort of merch, I'm sure, or ticket sales.
Right. Oh yeah, for
It
sure
was
it is.
small.
But I like the small, and I don't even like. I complained about Pigeon Alley, and I'm sorry that Club Red isn't there and couldn't survive through COVID because, of course, all of these places nobody could gather, so there was no more concerts and no more, meeting up and no more anything. So you better have some huge financial backing,
Yeah.
because you still have to pay rent that whole time, and you still you fire all your employees, or maybe they applied for the, I don't know, PPE loan or whatever the heck they were doing for COVID, but maybe they didn't get it, or maybe it just wasn't enough, So that's too bad, because now it sits there, a big old vacant, ugly building in some crappy ass neighborhood anyways, and it looks like crap. That's all.
It's just going to turn into a Filiberto's
or something Birdos.
or a Halloween store.
Burrito Birdos. Oh, Halloween pop-ups. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be. But that's kind of unfortunate because I like the small ones. I like the stadiums because they're amazing, but I really do prefer the smaller, whether they're dirty or crappy, or except for that one that we went with Buckaloo on 44th.
Oh, yeah, the 44 Sports
I never
Guild
need to go
Nightlife.
back there because my women's bathroom had this massive sewer leak, and they knew about it because the walls were all cut open and the sewer was coming through the wall.
All right, so Pub Rock, small venue, great place, had a lot of memories. I give it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, we're rating? I don't know.
All right,
Pass.
44 Sports Grill Nightlife. That's over in Glendale. This place is quite interesting because we went to go see Damage Inc. over there, who is a cover band from Metallica. And this place, well, on the radar, you would be like, again, same thing. This place has food, this place has drinks, and this place has seating, and it also has premier seating.
Yep.
The premier seating, however, was the booths that are up about maybe, I don't know, an inch and a half higher than the regular floor elevation. And she told us that these are the best spots to go because when the people crowd into the place and they're standing, that you'll be higher up than them.
Yeah,
Well,
you'll be looking at their butts.
exactly.
Is what she
When
said.
you're sitting in the booths, this place at the 44 Sports Grill and Nightlife, this place is your head is no higher than the people that are standing.
Yeah. Not my choice.
And the same thing.
I don't have much nice to say.
2 PA speakers, a mixer, and some subwoofers, and they call themselves a concert venue.
Right. Well, that was a small concert venue inside of a bar and grill, basically, right? It's a bar.
Yep.
And they had a grill because they had food there. But then there's casinos that call themselves concert venues, and truly they're casinos. They might have a stage out by the pool, or they might have a stage just outside of where they also have the convention rooms or whatever, but they can still hold concerts there.
Yeah.
It's just not the venue that you're expecting.
Our Talking Stick Casino has a pool area, and they do DJs out there,
Yeah.
and you'll have people in the pool
They
while
have
the
a
DJ's
second
playing.
floor
Yeah.
inside as well where it's DJs.
Yep.
But yeah, the pool area is a lot smaller though. It doesn't hold as many people because of course it's got a big pool in the middle of it.
And that's kind of fun. I mean, you're out there, you got your shirt off, you're in your
Yeah.
swim trunks, you're in your bathing suit or whatever, and you're listening to music, and you got other people. I mean, it's kind of like Sin City almost. You've kind of got this, drinks flowing, the music's flowing, and you've got all these
Half naked.
flesh people, all this flesh around you, and you're kind of like just like enjoying it. It's like Sin City sort of.
Well, remember we went, Karen Batson gave us the tickets to see Quiet Riot
Yep.
at BLK, which is also no longer. And I just did a little peek at it just today. I zoomed in to see if some other venue or some other company had taken its space. Nope, it's just sitting there empty, right in Scottsdale, looking like crap. But they also had a pool, but you couldn't swim in their pool. The pool was off limits during the concert.
Didn't they put glass over the pool when we were there?
No, I was worried people were going to get drunk and fall in the pool.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, no, you couldn't even dance on it. You had to be careful not to fall in the pool.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was like, what a liability, but that's the way that my brain works, right? But that was still a good location. They did have food, just not food for us.
Unfortunately, 44 Sports Grill Nightlife, if the band wasn't what I wanted to see, if it wasn't worth it to me to spend the money to see them there, I probably wouldn't go to you again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the tickets were cheap.
They were.
If you were just looking for...
But she didn't know what she was doing. Like, the lady who owned the place didn't have an understanding of what... I mean, she tried to tell us that we had purchased tickets for the booths area.
Yeah.
And then our friend Buckaloo, who's a really good friend of the show on Rock Phoenix Live,
Did his magic.
tickled her hand, and all of a sudden she said you could stay where you were.
Yeah.
So we did. And
These are not the droids I've been looking for.
yeah, exactly. He
Yeah,
did the whole
she let us do whatever.
So again, it's a small place. They have food that's really great. It's awesome because one of the things I think a lot of people are don't like about going to concerts is, you have to get there at a certain time to get good seats. You have to get there at a certain time, but you're sacrificing the necessities like getting a drink, getting merchandise, getting food.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those three things ready to go when you get inside, it kind of is a bummer thing for the experience.
The big stadiums that have NFL games, they have very, very strict rules. Clear plastic bags can't be that big. So I have to switch out my purse, which is fine. And no outside food. That means no outside water.
Right.
And we're in Phoenix. It's freaking hot most of the year, and a couple of times we were stinking hot, sunburning outside because again, Frank gets there way too early and makes me stand around for hours. But I mean, it was really a lot. I've had to sneak snacks in. Where were we the last time? She was worried about I went through the metal detector and she took the wand and she says, "Oh, are you wearing a wire?" And I said, "A wire bra, maybe." What are you talking about? I don't have a wire on. But she let the snacks in my purse go. Remember I had pistachio nuts?
I think that was Auction Pavilion or Talking Stick
weird.
Resort Amphitheater.
Yeah, but I mean, I got through with nuts, which is kind of strange. Opened just a Ziploc bag of nuts, not even anything commercial.
Right.
She let me through, but she's worried I was wearing a wire.
All right, let's continue with the music here on Rock Phoenix Live. This is Skillet, Invincible.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raising up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible. I feel it. Invincible. Here we go again. I will not give in. I've got a reason to fight. Every day we choose, we might win or lose. This is the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, they say that I'm gone, they say that they've won. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, they're counting me out, but this is my round. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raising up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me, 'cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible. I feel it. temper them, blinding your eyes with a spider bait. She walks, she will be captivating all the men. Don't look in her eyes, you might fall and find the love of your life in a real, but you catch her in her web. The love of your life, yeah. She walks, she will be captivating all the men. Don't look in her eyes, you might fall and find the love of your life in a real, but you catch her in her web. The love of your life, yeah.
Rock Phoenix Live, baby.
This time, I wonder what it feels like to find the one in this life, the one we all dream of, but dreams just aren't enough, so I'll be waiting for the real thing. I know it by the feeling, the moment when we're meeting. We'll play
Speaking of Nickelback, man, that was an amazing show. I tell you, we saw them over at the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, and it's one of those things where everybody kept giving me crap. They were like, Nickelback? You gonna go see Nickelback? And I was
What
like,
are you, gay?
exactly, yeah.
Well, to all those haters,
And we
talk,
talk, and Chad Kroger talks about it in that documentary on Netflix, how he got all that hate and stuff like that.
because he was too good, had too much publicity, and got too popular too fast, and everyone was too jealous.
Yep. And the funny thing about that is, in Sweden, I love Takida. Well, when I went on to Reddit and I started talking to people about Takida, or I saw posts about Takida on Reddit, they said Takida is the Nickelback of Sweden.
There has to be somebody somewhere. You have to hate something, right?
Right.
Somebody has to be the one we talk smack about. But seriously, that band, every song, I liked every single song. I didn't have any problems, and we've been to a lot of concerts. Not lately, I haven't been, but I mean, that was really a concert that sticks out. And you know, we saw AC/DC, and we saw Metallica, and they will be number one, of course, right? You can't beat that. But with all like the regular bands, not huge like Metallica and AC/DC, but I mean, ABDB.
Yep.
They were great. Nickelback was truly great.
Absolutely. And I even told my son, I said, if I was ever going to take you to a concert, it would be a Nickelback concert because you would have so much fun. Yeah. That's, I mean, the fact that people always give them that stereotype of, oh my God, Nickelback is gay or stupid, or oh my God, that's retarded. They always sell out. You know what? Metallica's the same way. They sell out every single seat in the auditorium. Selling out is a good thing. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. And the stereotype of saying that selling out is a bad thing is stupid.
Well, maybe they don't mean tickets selling out. Maybe they mean their sellouts.
Right, because like Metallica, where they went on Fortnite, they have their own whiskey, they have their own
and you hate to say it, but
shoot, Doc Martens now.
Yeah, I showed you the Doc Martens.
I get it. I understand, but stop it. Just stop it. Nickelback is not selling out. They are awesome, and just admit to it. Don't label them as selling out or stupid or gay or whatever. Nickelback is fucking awesome, and that's just the way it is.
Yep.
Just deal with it. And
you know what? That when we saw them at the amphitheater, and Talking Stick Amphitheater, you and I were talking earlier about all the different name changes. Yeah. So I looked them up a little bit because we've only been in Phoenix for like 20 years, so we don't know all, right?
Well, yeah. I remember. And here's the funny, we'll go back a ways. Do you remember when we went to that Mexican restaurant right off of the 69? It had so many name changes, Plaza, or whatever. Remember we went in there and there was a guy with his girlfriend sitting at the bar, and they were talking about how they had gone to all the 98 KUPD U-Fests.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
We were having food there, and he was talking about how he saw like Chevelle, and he saw Five Finger Death Punch,
right,
and all the U-Fests and stuff. I was really jealous of him. I was like, this guy has gone to all these shows, and here I am, 20 years old, 23, 24, and I hadn't seen a show in a long time. The last show I had seen when I was that age was probably the Jewel concert when my mom and I and Tim went there to Irvine Meadows, Irvine, California. Yeah. And I was like, I was so jealous.
It just wasn't your time yet. He was probably older than you.
Right.
So has the money and drives himself to wherever the venues are. Because if we're up in Prescott, he would have had to go down to Phoenix.
Right.
Because there's not much going on in Prescott. Even at their stupid Tim's Toyota, whatever it's called now.
Oh, that's where, when I worked for Valley Audio and Alarm, we went there and set up our home theater for the Sundogs. But that ended up being where Stevie Nicks played. Yep. And ended up being
my
where
free tickets that the stupid DJ lady took back from me.
Radio stations are so stupid. Like, why would you hum a song? You're at work, and then give the ticket.
She didn't say hum it. She said sing with me.
Yeah.
Hey, I kind of just wanted free tickets, so I'm not really into Stevie Nicks at all. So I really didn't know all of the words. But come on, Stevie Nicks has been around for decades. We kind of know sort of the words. Yeah. But I'm like, I'm not going to sing a Stevie Nicks song. That wasn't part of the radio agreement. It said caller.
Right.
Caller 10 gets free tickets. So, hell yeah, I'm going to keep calling. Hang up, dial, hang up, dial, hang up, dial. I did that all through the 80s. I'm pretty good at it. And then she's like, no, you have to sing with me. And I said, I'm at work. I can't sing at work.
It was for the best.
I have customers. And then she's like, sorry, you don't have them. So I hung up on her.
Yeah, it's for the best. We don't,
Yeah,
I
we
would
don't-
never have gone with you to
We
see.
don't need to go there.
You would have had to find a girlfriend or something to go with you because I
Oh,
would not have
shush.
gone.
Anyways, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, half outdoor, half undercover. Well, it's all
Amazing.
outdoor.
Amazing.
Half out in the
facility.
lawn, half undercover. So it broke ground in 1988, and it was called the Desert Sky Pavilion, which I think is really a beautiful name. They didn't open, however, until 1990, so it was like 2 years to build it. Then it was Blockbuster Desert Sky, which is also a pretty name. I'm assuming Blockbuster.
Wait, let's just, yes, hold on there. Blockbuster, because they were popular. Blockbuster was the most amazing place. You and I used to go there all the time on Friday nights. You'd pick out a movie, a couple movies.
So it was Blockbuster Desert Sky from 1993, which makes sense, to 2001. And it went to Cricket Pavilion.
Yep.
Then it was Cricket Wireless Pavilion for like 5 more years or so. And this one totally made me laugh. Ashley Furniture Home Store Pavilion.
I remember that. That was for a brief moment.
Well,
moment.
You'd be surprised. It was for 3 freaking years.
Yeah, but that's still pretty
Is that brief?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Auction was 2013 to 2023. And now Talking Stick Resort, which is not native land, because we're assuming it's Talking Stick Resort, like the Talking Stick Casino. And I read it is not native land, because remember we sat there and I wonder how they can get away with that. And we thought maybe because it was tribal land and they had like different rules and they didn't have to. But I don't remember what it was, if it was smoking or something that we're not able to do at other
whatever you want to call
locations.
it, whatever the name is, it's a staple in the Phoenix community area for bands. Because I'll tell you this, Rob, my manager at my work, he told me, and he's an older guy. He said he saw Metallica with some friends back in the 80s at this place. Whether you call it, Auction Pavilion, Desert Sky Pavilion, Ashley Furniture Home Store, Cricket Wireless Pavilion, whatever you want to call it. He saw Metallica there back in the 80s, which is really cool, for one, to see Metallica in the 80s when they were jumping around. 2, to see them at Cricket Wireless Pavilion, because all the venues in Arizona are very intimate. Like, it doesn't, unless you're in the lawn seats or you're somewhere else in the seats on the sides, you can actually get a really good view of the band anywhere you are, seating wise, at that venue. And so he goes backstage with his friends because he's got tickets, and he actually put his hands in the cooler of James Hetfield. He told me this. He said for whatever reason he went to put his hand down because he fell down on a cooler, and the guy backstage said, "Hey, that's James Hetfield's cooler." I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So you put your hands on the cooler of James Hetfield's cooler.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway,
did he drink his beer that was inside?
But anyway, it's been a staple because every time we go there and we're in line waiting to see the bands that we're going to see, we saw Simple Minds there.
Yep.
We saw Modern English there.
Yep.
And every time you go to these venues and you go in line and you see these places, is always that one guy that's going to come up to you and start talking to you about a band that he saw later in life at this Totally Changed His World or whatever, and they're going to start talking about it.
But you know what I noticed? With as many concerts as we've seen at that Talking Stick Amphitheater, we went and saw Breaking Benjamin and
Lakeview.
Stain. Okay,
Yep.
Lakeview, I didn't even come into that concert thinking I would like Lakeview because you and Liam were listening to one of their songs.
for the home team.
And I thought, the home team, like that sounds totally stupid,
Yeah.
and they sound like they just threw themselves together and they were rednecks, whatever. They were the best sounding to me. Breaking Ben is a disaster. He just sounded like crap. And Stain, he's old and he's a smoker, so he sounded like crap. But Nickelback at that same location did not sound like crap.
That's
and we
interesting.
went to our
Simple Minds.
Our Simple Minds did not sound like crap.
I asked you though. You said they did.
No, they did not.
Oh,
no,
okay.
that the speakers are so blastingly loud.
Well, I thought it was-
Breaking Ben, I was like, I don't even know what the shit he's even
See,
saying.
there's something there because I thought it was because we were too close. Every venue that we've been to, other than minus Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater or any amphitheater, we always get there. We have close seats, and so I asked you when we saw Simple Minds. I said, "Hey, does it still sound like shit?" Because that same year we went to see Breaking Benjamin just at the beginning of the year, and you said it sounded like crap. when we saw Simple Minds, I asked you at the show, does it sound like crap? And you nodded your head like, yeah, it does. So I assumed it was a proximity issue.
Oh, I didn't remember doing that. I thought I could hear them.
We haven't had seats that are further back.
Nickelback, we were over to the side.
Yes, correct.
And they sounded phenomenal.
Yes.
But you're right. Breaking Ben, we were like right up front.
Front row, yep.
So maybe it's the placement, but it was just so loud I couldn't even hear what was going on.
And that's a problem. Like when you go to the bigger venues, like when we saw Metallica over at State Farm Stadium.
There's 20,000 people that can go to that amphitheater up
Right.
on the lawn, included with the seats.
And that's awesome. I saw Kiss there with Josh.
Yeah.
And that was all right. I wasn't a big Kiss fan, but just to be able to film their intro and see them like, I want to rock and roll all night. And that's their like headline and they're doing a thing.
Yeah.
It was really cool, especially from a distance. But when you're right there inside that area, there's always a chance that you're going to be too close to the speakers, and that when you're listening to it, it might be too much. Like I even told Liam, because we saw the Summer Loud Festival over at the Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. I don't know. This is ridiculous. The fact that these people change their minds and change labels is just fucking
They're not
stupid.
the only ones, though.
Yeah. So anyway, me and Liam are there, and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you think this sounds too much? Because Mom always says that she hates this place. It sounds terrible. And he was like, it's kind of crunchy. Like, you can't really hear some of the distortion and stuff like that. But, again, when you hear the main band, because always at a concert, and we've talked about this before in other Rock Phoenix Live episodes, where they deliberately make the openers sound like crap just so the main headliner sounds good. And Ozzy Osbourne is the culprit of this, because back in 1988 when they did the Monsters of Rock tour, Metallica sounded way better than Ozzy Osbourne did, and he didn't like that. So he said, hey, is there something you can do to make them sound bad so that I come out and I have an advantage?
Right.
And from that moment on, every time you go to see a band, the openers will always have the worst quality PA system.
And they don't have all the lights, and they don't have, you know what I mean? Like they don't have all the excitement or whatever.
Absolutely.
But you know what? That's why I liked Lakeview, because I could hear Lakeview.
Well, a lot of these bands nowadays are doing these backing tracks where they don't even use the PA system for some of the live stuff.
And that was Breaking Benjamin. You could tell he wasn't even really singing. He had tons of stuff. And he was like, I don't know, doing goofy stuff, and he loves us. And, you know, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys are, yeah, you said that 5 times. Okay, think of something else.
If you have throat issues, you wouldn't be vaping.
Right. And
he was like, oh, my vote's, oh my God. And he's like, I love you guys. And he would, during the part of the songs, he would like hit his vape. I could see him and then blow it on stage.
Yeah. But how was he singing while you're blowing vape out?
Right, exactly.
No, it was bogus.
Milli Vanilli bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway, Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, Auction Pavilion, whatever you want to call it, great place. However, is owned by Live Nation. So when bands play there, it is a Live Nation event. It is a Live Nation seating. It is Live Nation food. So everything that you get there is a monopoly. The tickets are through Live Nation. The event is through Live Nation. The venue is a Live Nation venue.
Oh, but they have fabulous parking.
Oh, and the fast lane.
Fabulous parking.
The fast lane is awesome. If you're, I highly recommend it, because.
Well, you need to be fast when you're waiting in line in Phoenix, because we get burned under the sun. We're
not
all
even
like,
that, but just the fact
get
that you're dealing with people that don't know what they're doing when it comes to organizing people into a semi-fashion line to get them into the venue.
Yeah.
And we've seen it with parking spot. Like when we saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra over at
oh yeah, where was that?
Desert Diamond Arena a long time ago. I argued with the guy in the parking lot. I'm like, why don't you open up this lane to let cars go this way, and so cars can go that way?
Yeah.
He had no idea.
It's almost like, but we've had that at State Farm too. They really didn't know which way to send us. State Farm also has really excellent parking. You can park at all sorts of places because it's massive.
Let's not get distracted. We're at Auction Pavilion.
Yeah. Well, we should leave Auction Pavilion.
All right. So anyway, if you're going to Auction Pavilion for any of your concerts, you'll have a great time. It is actually a very good place to park your car. They're very organized, and getting in the venue, as long as you have a fast pass or some sort of VIP ticket, you will have a great time. Excellent time. I love that place. And we'll continue to go and see bands there. There's great hotel accommodations in the
I think they
area.
have fun shots too. Like we did
Yeah.
Jello shots or whatever out of a big
They
syringe.
have hard alcohol.
and-
A lot of
Yeah,
places
they
don't
do.
have hard alcohol. This place actually has hard alcohol. It has.
And there were snacks and stuff.
Yep.
We could have food.
There was a food
Not a lot
venue. They
for
have
us, but-
pizzas, pretzels, nachos. You know.
I was just thinking you had played Volbeat earlier, and
Yeah.
we saw Volbeat way back in 2016 because you keep all your ticket stubs
In the parking
And
lot.
It was $39.50 for a ticket in a parking lot. And it was right across the street from, because it was on Washington Street,
Yep.
Talking Stick Resort.
Yep, and there was a Twin Peaks there, or what was it? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, we
the
went to that.
restaurant, and we were upstairs. And while Volbeat was doing their sound rehearsal, we were watching them, and you were
Yeah.
able to see Michael Poulsen go
Yeah.
to a vendor. And it was funny that he's a vendor at a concert because he does haircuts. But Michael Poulsen's a big fan of keeping himself clean and having a pompadour,
Well, he
greasers.
has that, yeah, he has that look.
And this guy specialized in greaser haircuts. Like
Yeah.
it literally looked like he had pomade
Well,
up the
yeah,
ass.
he was a barber, and he put, we could see him sit down in the chair, and he went all up, cleaned them all up, all around, and yeah, that was kind of neat. He had to
Yeah.
take his shirt off. Remember, he bought a shirt from somebody. I was like, woohoo!
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he changed his shirt. He
Did he?
had like a shirt from the guy. He wore it on stage. He wore
Only
a
you would
different
notice
shirt.
that.
I know. I would notice that because I
Yeah.
love him. But that was literally on a street in a parking lot, and that was fantastic.
Yep, and we were front row to the venue, which was one of those things where
Yeah.
only in a blue moon would you ever think that you would be that close to Volbeat, because Volbeat at the time wasn't as big as they were now, and we were able to see them up close with Monster Truck
Yeah.
and Blackstone Cherry.
Yep,
And
Blackstone
Blackstone
Cherry
Cherry
was
had that
great,
guitar
too.
player with the blonde hair, and he was jumping all over the
All
place.
over. So
yeah.
entertaining, right?
Yeah.
And then who else did you play? You played Skillet,
Yep, Light Skillet.
right? And we saw Skillet at the Marquee in 2017, obviously a very long time ago. But we've been to the Marquee probably more times, other than Auction Amphitheater. We've been there lots. But we've been to the Marquee lots.
Let's talk about the Marquee because
it's great.
We're gonna close out the other ones because again, like I said, going to see a concert at Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, great place. Marquee Theater, next stop. I have my differences with them because I've had issues with them where they have told me that, and again, they're one of those places that Marquee Theater originally started out as a place to go to see your favorite plays. They had seating down below. Well, they ended up taking all those seats out and making it standing room
Floor,
only.
yeah.
And then they developed the mezzanine section. Another place that also has a mezzanine section is the Van Buren.
Yep, that's
And
really nice.
so we're going to categorize these two places in the same area as mezzanine amphitheaters. So Marquee Theater took out their seats. They've developed the standing room only. They've got a bar at the very close to the stage for the standing room only people. They also have a bar upstairs, and they have bathrooms upstairs.
Way nicer bathrooms
Yeah.
upstairs.
They also have a bar as far as you walk in right to the venue, right there in the main area. We've seen Smashing the Pieces there, Star Set there. We've seen Sponge, Skillet.
Skillet came with Sick Puppies and Devour the Day.
Yep.
Yep. Sponge was there. Did we see Hinder there?
We saw
With
Hinder there.
Sponge? Yeah.
Yep. Great place. Awesome venue. I love it. The only problem I have is I want to take my family and I want to sit down in chairs. But the problem, though, is you can't have anybody upstairs in the chairs unless they're over 21.
Because there's a bar up there.
Correct.
But it hasn't really been a problem. They just give mixed information. But Liam has always been able to. He went to his first concert there when he's like, 13,
Yeah.
12 years old?
Yep.
Right? So, I mean, they allowed it every time. They just, nobody's on the same page.
It's
is
just
all.
like, why would you guys do that? Why would you guys have misinformation or have to ask the security manager about this when you go to like places like El Encanto Dos and it's like you can sit three feet from a bar? Like, I don't understand the whole regulation.
We've been told that before, not just at concerts, but just a couple of days ago, wherever we were, and they said we could sit right up at the bar with an underage teenager.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But-
Liam's like, really? Are you sure? Because he doesn't want to get into trouble because he's, a law-abiding teenager.
I had the same issue when my mom and I and Liam were over at the Mandalay Bay. He couldn't go downstairs with me and
That's
watch.
Las Vegas, so that's Nevada.
But
So
he
maybe
was
Nevada has
13. He
different
was like
rules.
13 kilometers from a bar because the bar was like you had to walk around these people, go over here.
Kilometers.
Yeah, it was far away. But they were like, no, you can't sit near a bar. I mean, the bar's not near. I don't know.
We've seen, I was just putting a little asterisk.
Marquee
We've seen-
Theater, though, the problem I have with them, I'm sorry to interrupt you, is like I said, the the conversation between the security staff and the main staff. Like when we went there, the lady seemed like she was very angry at the fact that I was allowed to have my son up there, and she said this will never happen again. And I said, well, I'm not coming here again. I said, if I can't have a seat with my son because my son doesn't want to stand all freaking night because it's hard to stand.
Yeah.
You go to a concert and you stand all night. Like when we saw the Summer Loud tour, and there was like all these bands, hard rock, heavy metal, like thrashing your head, and you got to stand for like 6 hours. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That's why we always get seats.
Well, because we're also old now.
Well, not even that, but even when we were younger.
Young people can stand. They truly can. We did it when we were young. Yeah, you didn't. You always got
Marquee
seats.
Theater, you were a 3. I'm out of 5. But anyway,
I think more like a 4. I didn't even rate the last one, but I thought they were quite good. I liked them.
I would boycott them if I had to.
And the parking wasn't bad. We didn't have to walk very far. It's a totally shady area, but I never felt scared at all. So I mean, was the tennis shoes, the laces hanging from the wires. So I suspected there's drug deals going on.
Oh yeah, and the parking lot.
But I'm a stupid white girl. What would I know about that? We're just told these things.
You should have signs. I can't stress enough how many times these places where we see concerts should have more signage.
Yeah.
There should be a sign that says parking here in the main parking lot, but if overfill is over at this street and that street, and they never do that. And you never know until you see the whole car line following themselves.
And when we're in line, some people need to still go get tickets. So they like, should I stand in this line? Should I go in this line? Are you VIP? And then they pull VIP out of the line, and we're like, what are you here for? And you're right, no signage.
Yep.
And nobody really to take charge. There's people that are walking up and down, single file, whatever they want to tell you, then speak.
It's
Also
2026. Let's get our shit together and figure this out.
Yeah.
Because this is an ongoing problem when it comes to events and venues, that they have never enough signage or communication.
But guess what? You're not shy, and I'm really loud.
Yeah.
So we would be perfect for that, and that's just what it requires. Somebody to take charge of that crowd and say, get in this line if you already have a ticket. That line is VIP, and they don't.
No.
But whatever. It's
How
not
many
our
times?
job.
How many times did we go to the Desert or Auction Pavilion or Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater, and there's a guy that and then there's ladies that will walk up later, and we're already in line, and they'll be like, "Is this the line for?" And you're like, "No, that is."
Yeah.
And they sit behind you anyway.
Right.
Well, I'm burning.
Yeah, but even the people that work there, we get in early, get in right away. We have the fast pass, and we go up to the vendor and say, can I have a beer? Oh, no, not yet. We're not open yet.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay. When do you open? Yeah, I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
You don't know when you open.
Ridiculous.
Somebody didn't tell you 7 p.m. we could start serving drinks.
Well, no,
Nope.
not even the fact
Don't
of that.
even know.
But you get there as VIP, and so you supposedly think it's open. Like, hey, I'm here
We're
early.
walking around.
Yeah, I'm in the
Everything is-
venue.
yeah.
But no, merchandise is closed, and the drinks are closed, and they're not open until 2 hours after you've got there.
But nobody is really sure of what time. That it is 2 hours. It could be an hour and a half. It could be less than
and then that one guy
It could
where
be
he was
more.
trying to designate which line we should be in for the front row seats.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this is my first time. I've never been here before.
He doesn't even work at that venue.
Shut the front door. You've never been here before? Well, this is your job, so figure it out.
Right.
Oh.
Ah.
Terrible.
Sheesh. Just terrible.
All right, let's play some more music.
Yes, please.
Rock Phoenix Live. This is Shinedown Monsters.
Good for you, you fooled everybody. Good for you, you fooled everyone. Good for you, now you're somebody. Good for you, you fooled everyone. Leave your weapon on the table, wrapped in burlap, barely able. Don't get angry, don't discourage. Take a shot of liquid courage. 'Cause my monsters are real, and they're trained how to kill. And there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fight, and they'll prayer. Choose a God you think is fair. 'Cause my monsters are real, and that train had a kill, and there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fly, and they'll never say die, and there's no going back. If I get trapped, I'll never heal. 'Cause my monsters are real. Leave your weapon on the table, wrapped in burlap, barely able. Don't get angry, don't discourage. Take a shot of liquid courage. Leave a light on if you're able, 'cause we both know you're unstable. Call a doctor, say a prayer. Choose a God you think is fair. 'Cause my monsters are real, and that train had a kill, and there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fly, and they'll never say die, and there's no going back. If I get trapped, I'll never heal. Yeah, my monsters are real.
You're listening to Rock Phoenix Live. This is Bush, Milk and Honey.
I wasn't born in a cage, I am free to remain. I feel a darkness I can't resist. On this gasoline sail, I play to win, I still fail. I feel the weight of many hearts. Everyone is safe. I try to sing, I still wail. I stay strong till you pull me under. I stay strong till you pull me under. Feels like the land of milk and honey. Feels right. We love a taste of money. Feels like summer in the middle. Fire does what it wants. Fire does what it wants. Wanna live till I'm born. We need less, but I'm torn. I'd like to know where you get your info. This dopamine must be love, like a hand in a glove. I see stars when I fucked up system. I see stars when I fuck. Feels like the land of milk and honey. Feels right. We love a taste of money. Feels like summer in the middle. Fire does what it wants. Fire does what it wants. Try
the more the mask you wear rips. But when I seek out your voice, my ears are overcome with noise. You show and tell with greatest ease, raving impossibilities. Engaged in crime, I grasp my throat and raise my mind, starts to smoke. Enforcement overload, angry again, angry again, angry. Ow! And when the story takes a twist, it folds like a contortionist. Sleight of hand, quick exchange. The old tricks have been rearranged. Engaged in crime, I grasp my throat and raise my mind, starts to smoke. Enforcement overload, angry again, angry. Shearing of the sinew, my body bites for air. The ripping of the tissue, my lungs begin to tear. Gravity's got my bones, pulls my flesh away. Steam finally dissipates, I make out my sweaty face. Association that I choose, game I inevitably lose, governed by laws set up by me. Fractures jar, let me be a cut out cardboard condo maze, filled with an insubordinate race. Irrational, you stop to stare. Ask me like a rubber hose the air. Engaged in crime, I grasp my throat and raise my mind, starts to smoke. Enforcement overload, angry again, angry again, and again. Engaged in crime, I grasp my throat and raise my mind, starts to smoke. Enforcement overload, angry again, angry. Ow!
Just in case anybody's wondering, the Desert Diamond or MatchupCenter.com or whatever arena is in walking distance of Anthem. Just kidding. It's actually 23 hours or 17 hours walking distance from Anthem.
Yeah. I wonder how you know that specifically, right?
I just wanted to say that.
Uh-huh.
So we saw Disturbed and Nothing More and Daughtry for the third time. It seems like Daughtry just goes on tours where they need to fill in the hard rock section. Like we've seen Daughtry 3 times. I've seen Daughtry 3 times. You know, we saw him with Nickelback a long time ago.
But he wasn't as heavy when I first saw him with Nickelback.
Right.
He wasn't as heavy. I was super, super shocked when we just heard him with Breaking Benjamin and Stained, right?
Yeah, and then
He was super heavy. I was like, holy crap. It's not like heavy metal, but he's definitely hard rock, and he was up there like screaming.
Yeah.
Like
and the
really loud.
And he has the repertoire to play some Now That You're Gone and It's Over. I
the
can't
Rage.
believe I'm only one. And then he also has the Heavy Is the Crown. Like he has all these songs that that just make for a really good rock show.
Well, I think he's progressed, right? Or he's just changed or whatever. He wasn't like that at the beginning at all. Because I remember you told me he was an American Idol or something.
Yeah,
winner?
he was a runner-up.
or whatever. Yeah, the runner-ups are always the good ones, right?
Yeah.
So I never even watched American Idol, and you told me about it, and I was like, what? Who the hell's that? She played me years ago, the initial song, whatever his popular hit was. I was like,
What I
oh,
Want. We played it tonight.
That's nice,
And
but...
it's a collaboration with Slash from Guns N' Roses, which try to shut me down, you motherfucker.
Oh, no, we're not saying the G and R anymore. We don't speak those words.
You just said it.
I didn't. I just said G and R. You said it. Anyhow, no. Those are the ones we don't speak of?
Right.
Shh. And, but I was really shocked when we just saw him, like, what was that, last year?
Yeah,
Did we
and
see
then
that?
me and Liam,
Heavy.
Liam and I go to Disturbed, and sure enough, he's on tour with them.
Yeah.
And now, Nothing More is actually on tour by themselves, headlining over at the Van Buren, and Liam wants to go see them because they're touring with President.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't really discuss the Van Buren. We threw it in there, but that is a very nice upstairs,
I love the
downstairs
Van Buren.
location.
Let's talk about the Van Buren. The Van Buren is a great place. It, again, like we talked about, has a mezzanine where you can go upstairs, and the upstairs area is the VIP area. And the lady who takes care of the VIP, just awesome. She's like your concierge. She just kind of like gets you your tickets, and then she's like, while you have your tickets, if there's anything that we need to prep for when you come to your arrival, she tells you exactly which line to get into. Very, very thorough. And again, the Van Buren is also another Live Nation concert venue. So again, they have a fast lane, and they own the venue. So when you go there, everything is set up through Live Nation, especially when the band plays there. They have lots of things they have to pay for in order for them to play there.
We had that personal concierge type thing when we went and saw, I don't remember where we were. It was small, and it was a side parking lot, and there was a Filiberto's across the street. We were allowed. It wasn't a Filiberto's. It was a Chicharito.
That was the Rebel Lounge.
Was that the Rebel Lounge?
We even talked about that. Let's talk about the Rebel Lounge before we talk about the Mark.
Because it's another small one too.
Yeah.
And
We're
I
talking about
liked
the
it.
Van Buren. The Rebel Lounge, this place only holds like 300 people. I don't even think that. Maybe like 150 people. But the Rebel Lounge is great. It was a very intimate place. We saw Smash Into Pieces there with Citizen Soldier when Smash Into Pieces was doing their headline tour. And waiting outside was fine. Getting inside was fine.
Yep.
Any place you are inside as far as standing room goes, you can see the band.
But no shade still.
No.
We still sat outside
Yeah.
in the hot sun. Everybody did.
There's no food, but they do have good drinks, and they get you in right away. They had an issue with the time delay or whatever. It was supposed to open at 6, but they got in there at 7. I don't know, whatever it was. But for a small venue, it was a great place. It was fine to see the bands there. Get in, get out.
Has about a 300 people capacity.
Is that what it was?
300.
I thought it was like 150.
Well, maybe that's just where.
Wow.
Maybe that was just the concert we went to, but.
Yeah.
But we sat down right away. We had a table with seats because
Yep.
it was nice to sit.
And
The stage wasn't that far in front. I could still sit at the table and see.
Yep.
You guys chose to go up,
Right.
so you could see
Exactly.
the band.
And the drinks were reasonably priced. I mean, again, you're going to a concert, you're going to an event, they're always going to up the prices of drinks and stuff like that. You just got to balance your budget for it. I mean, if you're going to have drinks there, fine. If you're not, then you plan accordingly.
You know what it used to be? It used to be called the Mason Jar.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
new, huh? That's
totally
a cute
makes
little
sense.
name. But it was actually voted. Remember, we were looking up many podcasts ago, like voted the best small venue, but it had to be 500 people or less.
Yeah.
And then there was somebody that was right on the curb, and it was a small venue as far as like how we felt, but it was 501, say, or 550. So it was classed with the larger venues, and they never really got voted very well. And they were always at the bottom of that voting of the large venues because they're small. But 500 was like the cutoff, right?
I'm surprised they still survived through COVID because Marquee Theater was struggling, and Marquee Theater is even bigger than the Rebel Lounge, and they were going out looking for handouts from people. Like, remember we had that keep your local venues alive or whatever, and if you didn't have that insurance policy during COVID, then you were just SOL, and it was like they were going out there trying to find people to help them keep themselves sustainable and alive.
Right.
And I marketed it when we were doing Rock Phoenix Live back then, But again, I don't know. The Marquee Theater is interesting. It's an interesting place. They have a great venue, but I don't like the people there. I think that if I was going to go and do anything, I would be somewhere else. I would never see another band there, only because of the fact that in these situations where you have children that want to see their favorite bands,
Oh
but they
my
don't want
gosh. Get over it. We're not even talking about them
Fine.
anymore. We moved
Revel
on.
Lounge is great for a small place. Liam was
Van
able to
Buren,
sit.
yeah,
My
Revel
mom was
Lounge.
able to sit as
Yep.
an elderly lady
Yep.
and see the band, and it was great. We had drinks. You didn't have to go too far.
The Van
you did have to go
Buren-
through a bunch of line of people because when they stand in the area where you see the band, it's also it gets in your way of going to the bar to get drinks. So that in itself is kind of like an issue, because if you're going to have the band play and then everybody's standing in front of the bar, how do you get people to the bar out of the way so that the rest of people, you're not in the way of the people? I know it is.
The Van Buren holds 1,800 people.
I'm talking
That's
about the
capacity.
Rebel Lounge.
Oh, why are you back at the Rebel Lounge? And then before you were back at the Marquee.
No, the Van Buren's great because their bar, you go out of the venue to get to the bar, so you're not impeding in the way
Correct.
of people who are trying to see
Because it
the
was
show.
designed.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading. It said it's a renovated 1930s auto dealership. So when they renovated it with that in mind.
That explains why the windows are big, like they have gas pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why when you walk in, they kept that whole antique classic kind of look. I literally felt like I was walking into some old style, theater, literally like a theater, not a concert venue. But that explains it, because they did put tons of money into it.
Yeah.
But they probably thought of the flow. You always have to think of the flow, where some locations, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do to change the staircase, and there's nothing you can do to change the upstairs. It's stuck. So you have to work with what you got. And so if you're going to put a bar in after the fact, or maybe at that time, it can only go in really one place. And yeah, sometimes they just get in the way. But yeah, that Van Buren was it was quite pretty.
Well, that's what we liked about the Marquee. Okay, really important things if you're setting up a venue to see bands. One, proximity to the bar.
And the bathroom.
But right, exactly. I was saying number one will be the bar, but number one, the plus should actually be proximity to the restrooms, because even though you're drinking, you're gonna have to pee. Because a lot of people, when they go to events, they don't eat food, or they do whatever they does to make themselves look better, and they don't want to be bloated, so they won't eat food. So they'll drink a lot of liquor and alcohol, or they'll have pre-drinks before they get to the show. And the first thing you do when you get there is you get in the merch line, and you don't even think about the bathroom. The bathroom is like literally all of a sudden the band's gonna start playing, you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom before the band, so I can see the rest of the band. And then you're like, screw it, because there's like 20 people between you and the bathroom.
Yeah.
Even at big events.
You know, women are kind of used to that, because if we go back to bathrooms at the amphitheater, there's a lot of stalls and the bathroom is big, but there's a lot of women and we're all lined up, and we are kind of used to that. But when you go to a smaller place, there might only be 2 women's bathrooms and they have 1 toilet, and 2 men's bathrooms and 1 toilet. It's not a stall situation. And then you expect the smaller venues, they're small for a reason, so they're only going to have that maybe 2 stalls, and a couple girls go, I don't know, whatever the boys are doing with urinals maybe, or I have
we're
no
pissing
idea.
all over the place. We
Yeah,
just
I'm
literally
sure you are.
piss
Yeah,
on the floor,
gross.
walk out of there, wash your hands because you feel
Oh,
guilty.
don't even wash your hands.
Yeah.
No, just walk out.
You high five the buddy next to you. All right, let's go back to the show.
Yeah.
All right, you're right. Arizona loves their traffic circles. If we could make a bathroom at the venues a traffic circle where you have number 1 is the first exit, number 2 is the second exit, and then when you're done, you get back into the traffic circle and exit out towards.
And do you go number 1 in the number 1 and only number 2 is in the number 2?
Fuck, people here in Arizona, we just do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah,
like they're
sometimes
driving.
we do.
They'll probably shit in urinals if they had an opportunity.
Come on.
They would. I'm
do that
telling
in
you.
porta potties.
There's
That's
guys
why I don't go in porta potties.
Vaping in the bathrooms and doing all kinds of nasty crap.
Not vaping. You compared that to poop.
I think it's ridiculous because
Mm-hmm.
I've always been able to time concerts. This is how I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. I know the popular songs and I know the bad songs, so I know when my band that's playing, I want to see them and film them and all that stuff. When they're playing a specific song that I don't know, that's a bathroom break.
Well, yeah, but that's everybody else's bathroom break.
Not necessarily.
too.
They assume because the band is on, and they'll wait till the break when the band stops, and then they'll go and then everybody bum rushes the bathrooms, and there's like 90 people in line. You're like,
sometimes you can't help it. You can't hold it for that long. When I gotta go like now. I'm going right now.
And that's what's good about the Van Buren and the Marquee is that if you do the mezzanine seating, the bathroom, if you're going to do it right. Get the one next to the bathroom. Get the one next to the bar. They're right there.
Ooh, not too next to the bathroom, though. The Marquee is so small upstairs, you kind of don't have a choice. But no, you don't want to sit right by a toilet.
They got that silhouette window.
Yeah, when the light's on, you can see the whole shape
Yeah, look
of
at
the
that
person.
guy's wiener in the shadow.
Gross. I don't want to look in. I don't want to
And then
look
you're like,
in.
so you're sitting there taking a shit, and all of a sudden you open the door, wash your hands, and all of a sudden, Carnivore! And the band's just playing like right there. It's like,
A location that I've never been to is the Crescent Ballroom, and you said it's really nice too.
Oh my gosh.
And there was great food. You had some awesome, vegan tacos before you went in.
yep.
So someday I'll get to go see there.
I saw 2 Canadian bands there. One was Big Wreck,
Yay!
and the other one was, I don't remember the name.
Aw.
But anyway, I went with Buckaloo. It was a great time. They had vegan talk. This was great. They actually had a full-fledged restaurant, so you can go there even when there's no bands playing. It's still a restaurant. So one, you've got food there, you've got drink, great bathrooms, and then on top of that, they've got a venue that have bands. So I go to the Crescent Ballroom. They've got vegan tacos, they've got beer, they've got wine, they've got all kinds of stuff. They also have bleacher seating. So if you're like going to like your school, like we go into a kid's school, and the bleachers, they
Yeah.
have bleacher
We know what
seating,
bleachers are.
so you can sit higher up than the people that are standing in front of you, so you actually can see the band. Whereas places that'll claim to have stadium
Yeah.
seating don't really have stadium seating.
No, because you kind of can't really see over the other person.
Right.
And you know what? I always, every time we go see like in a big stadium and we have that stadium seating supposedly, I'm always stuck behind the uber tall guy.
Yeah.
Or the man that has the large hat. And I would really like to be like, hello, get your hair and your hat out of the way. You know you're super tall and you have people behind you. And luckily, I'm already tall because if I was short, I'd be really pissed.
I want to talk about Chase Field. Big downfall and let down was Chase Field.
Yeah.
We saw Def Leppard, Journey, and I can't remember the other guy. Abracadabra.
Oh, I can't think of his name. He's
yeah.
an old guy.
Yep.
He was he was extremely entertaining. Okay, you just keep talking about
Miller.
Chase Field. Steve Miller Band.
Steve Miller Band.
Yep.
We saw them on the Stadium Tour 2, which was the next tour after the Motley Crue and Def Leppard and Poison concert, Stadium Tour. We saw them at Chase Field. Chase Field, we went in there and we were like, oh my God, we got premium seats. We're going to be so close. We can see, Joe Elliott's face. We can touch him and stuff like that. Major letdown.
But-
Live Nation, you guys suck for
But
doing
that's
this.
why.
And you
Shame
do it all
on-
the time, and we've noticed it now more and more, where you zip tied the front seats that are the most expensive seats, and they're small. You
They're
couldn't
the
get a
tiniest
fat
seats.
lady to sit next to you. It was
Hey,
awful.
You're shaming the wrong person.
I'm
You
not
shouldn't
shaming the fat lady. I'm
shame
shaming
Chase
Live
Field.
Nation. Yeah.
Live Nation is their
For
fault.
doing what you do, charging astronomical prices for seats that are zip tied together when the actual seats for the venue are much better
Yep.
and less cost than the seats that you charge
So the
premium
seats
for.
that they brought in, not normally there at Chase Field, they were regular fold-up seats, regular seats, right?
Yeah.
So your butt had some room and you had a drink holder. Where we had upgraded premium seats, twice as expensive, had no cup holder. They were super skinny, like student seats, fold-up seats, and yes, they were zip tied together. And yes, there was a very large woman, way bigger butt than mine, which is saying a lot, sat on my leg the entire night. She would get up and she'd sit down on my leg, on my leg, on my leg. That was enough. And the very first thing, the woman in front, she came in, sat down, and they had a makeshift floor. So when we make a mess, it falls in the little holes of the plastic subfloor. And it slid back and spilled both of our beers.
It's
Like
not,
in a half of a second. And it was so stinking hot. And when I say stink, I mean all of us fat old people that went to go see Journey because we're old school. And she's sitting on my leg and I'm trying to turn sideways. And luckily I had you because it was very close, up close and personal. And we were I could smell our heat coming off of us. That was disgusting.
Never
was
buy
disgusting.
the front row premium seats.
Yeah.
Never buy them.
That's what you should
That
say.
is awful. Never buy the front row premium seats. They're not premium at all. As a matter of fact, they're worse.
They're
than
way
the
worse.
Stadium seats.
Yeah.
Worse.
We could see the lead singer from Journey. We could see him so close, and it was really amazing to be that close. But that was it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And that was Def Leppard. We also had the zip-tied seats, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
And
trying to
I would never
remember.
do that ever
And I
again.
was like, I would rather just leave a Def Leppard concert after all that money because I was that pissed off.
And on top of that, you go to the website for the food that's available at Chase Stadium, and they have a thing where they only serve it during regular season. They don't serve it during special
Concerts.
events.
Yeah.
So again, you're misled, and that's bullshit.
So my coworker has been to many games at Chase Field, and it's one of her favorites. She says it's beautiful. What
Yeah.
are you talking about? And sure enough, when we were filing out, and I'm sweaty and I'm miserable because I was crammed in like a sardine and paid way too much money for that, I looked at those seats, and she's totally right. They're all kicked at an angle. They're way wider, and they have beautiful cup holders. So that was a sham.
Yeah.
They just ripped us off. I sent multiple emails to say how disappointed, and I reviewed it. And I said, this is just a crap area, location for concerts. Maybe it's great for sports, but not for concerts.
They'll never reply back.
Jammed
to you.
us right in there.
Yeah.
No, they never did.
They wanted
That's
that
what I'm
money.
saying.
They were waiting for that moolah.
Well, they got it,
Yeah.
and they're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yep. So
I
never do
can't
that.
support
Listening
that.
to this show, never get the premium seats up close. I guarantee you have a better time up in the stadium, and you have more breathing room. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And especially because I know they had air conditioning on, and maybe there was a problem with the air conditioning, but there was way too many of us all touching.
Yeah.
And it was pretty sweaty, and it was pretty awful.
And that's just disgusting. Like, who wants to be touching somebody
And
else?
really, like, when I say it, like, we weren't exactly young people going to that concert. There was a whole 40, 50, 60-year-old people, and they were big, wide, overweight, and we're all like with our tongues hanging out, just dying. It was just a shame.
Yeah, it was awful.
I have nothing
I would
nice
never
to
do it
say.
again. So that's Chase Field. Other
Yep.
than that, it was a great show. I love seeing Def Leppard. I love seeing the C. Miller Band, and I love seeing Journey. Journey was fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, God, I never thought a band that old would just put on such an awesome
Yeah, but
rock show.
you know what? Their lead singer, I can't think of his name. He's older. He's not like a young guy. He's just young compared to the rest of them. And he just had so much energy, and he was kicking and jumping and squatting, and I was like, holy cow, was all over the stage and so entertaining, and they should be so grateful to have him, because if they would have had somebody more their age, they probably wouldn't have been as entertaining. Like, the music was great, the instruments were all great, but they didn't move much, and we've been noticing that, and it makes sense because as we get older, we kind of feel that too.
Well,
we
but
can't jump around like
if we
did.
look at Metallica videos, I mean, again, they're just, slowly walking around the stage in
Yeah.
the center, but they actually set up their stages so that people can see them. Whereas a lot of bands now will just do the front stage. Metallica's going to that area where you actually put the stage in the middle of the stadium so they can walk around everybody.
Yeah.
And that's a really great idea, because that way everybody can get a chance to experience Metallica, not just people in the pit where they charge more money.
Or not just the people that have all the money. What if you don't have a bunch of money and it's your like dream thing to go? Well,
Right, exactly.
sorry, you can't just throw out $300 a ticket,
Right? Well, all right. So that was
Chase Field,
Chase
we're over
Field.
it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
over it. It irks me.
Do you know where else
There's
we
so
went?
much money invested in going to concerts in a year, and when you do this and you spend $300, $400 at a time to go see a venue, you expect to get a certain level of service.
Yeah.
And when you don't get it because everybody else is spending the same amount of money,
Kind of disappointing.
yeah.
Yeah, and you feel like you don't really want to go back and support them because they didn't give two craps about you.
Right.
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel the same way.
So have we been to celebrity theater?
No.
Because we need to. Because
Yeah.
you know what I read about it? Historic. It's a round theater, and it has a revolving stage. You're talking about setting up the stage in the middle with the arms stretched out.
Yep.
This one's revolving, so it's a 360-degree view of your band because it's moving around you.
I've heard
Brilliant.
about that. A lot of comedian shows go there, and you can actually, the guy walks around, he can see everybody.
Right, but
yeah.
if the stage is revolving, he doesn't even really have to walk around because
Right.
he's very slowly moving. Which you would think, I'm going to look up the year that it was built, but how come we couldn't do that now? Like, why are we building things? Oh, because we need them multifunctional, multi-use. We need to have sports there and concerts
Yes.
and monster trucks and whatever,
Well,
RV shows.
like I said, Arizona is a very, very good place to see bands because it's very intimate. A lot of the places here are old buildings, and they had to adapt to get the bands to play in these areas and change them up. Like I said, Marquee Theater, they actually took the seats out of the bottom row to make more room for standing. So it's just an old environment, the old buildings, and they do what they have to do to make bands play here,
Yeah.
which is really great. Like I said, there's lots of intimate venues here, and I like that about Arizona. Whereas if you were in California when I went there, you're sitting far away, or you're paying a lot more money to see the band and being that close. Like, I don't know. Sleep Token right now is just hot on the charts, and Sleep Token is charging astronomical amounts of money to be so close to see the band. We'll see what happens when they come here to Arizona, but I'm thinking they're going to be charging, damn near $500 a ticket if you want to be in the third row, and that's just stupid. Like taking out a loan to see a concert. That's the other thing, but I can't get into that because bands charge what they want to charge.
You say taking out a loan. They're not taking out a loan. Young people that would be into Sleep Token are going to say to their parents, hey, I want to go to this concert. Come on. Okay, let me go back. Where I work is just down the street from a high school, okay? So in my parking lot is a lot of high school overflow cars, and there are some beater cars in there, but there's like a almost brand new Corvette and an almost brand new Camaro, and I parked my Subaru in the middle of them because I know they're not going to door ding me. And there's a couple BMWs, there's a Mercedes, there's a Land Rover. You know what I mean? These kids are in high school, and whether or not it's their car, or maybe that's their parents' weekend car and they're allowed to drive it to school, I don't know. But if it's their car, those tickets to Sleep Token, it's not even gonna be a hesitation. They're just gonna say, Mom, I need money, I'm gonna go to a concert or whatever, and here's extra for some swag. You go buy some t-shirts on top of it, and parents just flip kids cash. Maybe they have a part-time job and they pay for half of it, I don't really know. But when you say to Liam, that cost me $100, he's like, ooh, 100? Like, he doesn't even think that that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they won't even bat an eye at that. They'll just pay it. I don't know where they get their money from. I ask Liam all the time, hey, where did so-and-so get the money? Like, does he work also? Because Liam has a part-time job. And he gets a paycheck and it's direct deposit. And he has money he can spend on himself. He puts some in saving. No, he doesn't have a job. He just gets allowance for doing chores. Well, we've all had allowance, but how much allowance are you getting if you can do all of these things? It's not $20. It's got to be a whole lot more than that.
Well, that's an economy thing, and we're not here for economy things. We're here for Rock Phoenix Live, which plays rock music. This is Hinder Bliss.
I'll go ahead and pour myself a drink. I really couldn't care less what you think. Well, I don't have to listen now. Let this stay down if I can't feel a thing. You might as well save your goodbyes. We can give this train wreck a one last ride. I'm gonna have to listen now. Let this stay down if I don't make things right. I'll tell you one last time. I don't wanna know it's over, so save your goodbye, 'cause I don't wanna know it's over, 'cause ignorance is bliss. I can hardly see what's in front of me, 'cause the vodka's running on empty. I can't stay sober if it's over. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know. So save your goodbye, 'cause I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know. I woke up with my heartbeat in my head. I reached for the bottle by the bed. I saw your side was not slept in. Cold sheets again remind me of what you said. We need to take a break for a while. It's been so long since I smiled. I don't wanna listen now, live this day down with you so drunk and high. So I'll say goodbye. I don't wanna know it's over, so save your goodbye kiss. I don't wanna know it's over, 'cause ignorance is bliss. I can hardly see what's in front of me, 'cause the vodka's running on empty. I can't stay sober if it's over. I don't wanna know it's over, so save your goodbye kiss. I don't wanna know it's over, 'cause ignorance is bliss. Now I know I can't stay sober, 'cause you left me here like this. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know. So save your goodbye kiss. I don't wanna know, I don't wanna know, 'cause ignorance is bliss. I can hardly see what's in front of me, 'cause the vodka's running on empty. I can't stay sober. If it's over, if it's over, I don't wanna know. If it's over, if it's over, I don't wanna know. Yeah, yeah. Can someone save me? Save me. This time's different. I'm different. I need a change. That's why I'm searching. I'm fighting. I'm waiting for you. Oh, I need to feel where I belong. I'm waiting for you to come along. I need to dream to carry on. I'm waiting for you now. Come along. Oh, come along. And I need you to find me so I can say goodbye to dreaming, not knowing what you and I feels like. I'm breaking, I'm trying, I'm waiting for you. Oh, I need to feel where I belong. I'm waiting for you to come along. I need to dream to carry on. I'm waiting for you now. Come along. Oh, come along. There were times I needed to be on my own, find myself again. Now I'm ready to let someone in and show it all, who I really am. I've been gone for too long. I've been down, but I'm strong. I made my way back again. I'm waiting for you to come along. Oh, come along. I need to feel where I belong. I'm waiting for you to come along. I need to dream to carry on. I'm waiting for you now. Come along.
Seeing Sponge live was just fantastic. It was amazing. I have heard that song so many times growing up, and I was like, I love this band. And finally to see them live was just amazing. And when he played live, the guy actually couldn't even hold his guitar because he had borrowed equipment because they were touring with Hinder and some other band, and they needed to borrow the equipment to play because they were just there coming in to say, hey, what's up? But they were on the tour. And so the guitar player actually borrows a guitar from some other band, and then he ends up playing, and then you can see him when he's playing, his strap keeps falling and falling, and he ends up holding the guitar up all by himself. You can see it on my Rock Phoenix Live YouTube page. I posted the same song they played, and he's just trying to hold the guitar up with the strap that keeps breaking on him. It was pretty funny.
Did you notice that when we were there? Like,
Yeah.
Did you notice something was weird? Because I just thought he was just kind of weird in general. And
Oh, the lead singer.
creepy
Yeah,
and-
he had that very like.
But I guess the lead
everything's
singer-
spiritual.
yeah.
Yeah, he was all like all over the place.
his arms were all
Yeah.
over, and he was all woo and guru, and I don't really know. But we've seen that a lot, though.
Yeah.
Where the girls, like the lead singer, yes, they're supposed to be entertaining, but sometimes you're kind of creeping us out with the whole your arms in the air and you're like touching your arms and rubbing and going all slow motion like we're doing the wave. I don't even know what they're doing. It's kind
Speaking
of
of weird, we saw Green Day live.
yeah,
And here we are. Green Day is going to open for the Super Bowl.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
we know
halftime
exactly
show, right?
what Billy Joe's all about. Everybody
Uh-huh.
knows Billy Joe hates Trump. Hates Trump.
Yeah,
He
hates
even
him.
said in his concert, like, fuck Trump.
Yep.
And everybody heard it. We all know it.
Yeah.
And here we are in 2026, and we're going to see the Super Bowl open with Green Day.
Yep, and we're gonna hear more, and probably not the F word, but maybe because they might just beep it out. Because Billy Joe doesn't care.
Yeah.
he's been on award shows where he just like said F this and put his finger up, middle finger up, and
He's like-
he doesn't care. He's on national
he got-
television.
He was getting an award
Or
for something,
international
and then
television.
Justin Bieber came out, and they started playing the music to take him off a stage, and
Oh,
Justin
yeah,
Bieber,
yeah.
and he was like, "What are you fucking doing? I'm fucking Billy Joe. Fuck that little guy. I've been around since '94. This guy's only been around since 2000." And he was like, "You don't disrespect me like that." And I totally agree with that. These bands now that are getting trumped over, you know, the newer bands that are coming out, it's like, wait a minute, they have respect. Papa Roach has respect. Green Day has respect. You know,
Yeah.
you don't do that to them.
Green Day specifically gets on his little soapbox, and he's probably going to sit there nonstop anyways. And that's why they bring in the next act or the next speaker or the next whatever, because that's your cue
He's
to
very-
get off stage.
He's
Stop
very
talking.
rebellious, passionate, electric, and he's dynamic.
Oh, I don't know about dynamic. But yeah,
Anyway,
I know you love Green Day.
we'll see what happens with that when we're talking about concerts and venues and stuff like that. You know, they're supposedly going to have ICE agents outside of wherever the Super Bowl is going to be held because Bad Bunny is an illegal immigrant. So, I don't know.
We'll see.
But if you're going to go to a concert in Arizona, I highly recommend that you go to, for small clubs, Rebel Lounge, fine. Small clubs, Marquee Theater, great. I know I have my disc with them. Big places, you're gonna go to the matchupcenter.com or whatever it is now. I can't remember. Wherever the WNBA
Mortgage
plays.
Matchup
Mortgage
Center.
Matchup Center. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That place is great. Absolutely awesome. The seats are padded. We saw Disturbed there. You and I saw Shine Down there with
Yeah.
Bush
Yeah.
and
They were great.
that Morgan Wallen or whatever lady.
Yeah, Morgan. Somebody rather.
She-
Morgan Wade.
She
Yeah,
shouldn't have been
that
there.
girl.
I knew. I don't even understand why she
She was not
there.
a good match.
No.
Her
Like
manager must have paid somebody to do something. They got something back, or because she didn't fit in at all, and she was just lame.
yeah.
I don't. I'm no offense to her. She's a cute girl. Lame.
It was like
just
go-
like
like when we-
dead nothing.
When we saw AC/DC at the Hollywood Bowl,
Yeah.
and we saw Pretty Reckless.
Yeah, but she's cute, and she did jump around, and she kind of was active. Morgan Wade was like flatliner.
Yeah, she was
I don't think we
nervous.
got much out of her.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It was weird.
Right, Pretty Reckless. She was kind of creepy too, even though she's cute. She's wearing like this lingerie, half naked, which is fine because she's got a great body, but weird with her arms and I don't know. It was all strange.
It was almost like
maybe that's like
Dollywood or whatever it called. That like
oh, the Indian.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it
Bollywood
is.
or whatever.
Bollywood.
Anyway, off topic because we're not talking about California residents or California venues. We're talking about Rock Phoenix Live venues. And off topic, Hollywood Bowl was awesome. It was best thing I've ever done in my entire life. In 2025 was great. Was to go see AC/DC live because that's one of those bands where you know they're not going to be touring for much longer.
Yeah.
And it was once in a lifetime opportunity.
And that venue, yes, it's open. We were outside.
Hollywood Bowl,
The Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl.
That's what.
The seats where we sat, you could see where there was old original, probably not original because it's super old, but like kind of the original seating, and you could see where the seats had progressed, like every remodel they do. And we were sitting in some decent ones as far as the size, but they're tiny, weird little plastic stadium because it's old, right? Yes, we had cup holders. That was kind of cool. If you kick your knees sideways, you don't bump the seat in front of you. But we were accidentally sitting in the wrong section. Remember when we first came in? It was so freaking tight. I'm like, how am I going to sit here for a couple of hours? I literally was wedged in. I ate my little snack to feel better, and then we realized wrong section. Thank God, because we got closer and we were in a little bit... had a little more personal space.
Yeah.
And the man next to me was nice, and he wasn't a creeper, and then you were on one side, so we weren't sweating. Well, we were outside and it was cold, but we weren't touching. You know, we had some personal space. I don't need a lot, but I certainly don't want to go on a China Airlines flight where I'm wedged in with... because I'm twice as big probably as the average, Asian person that sits in them. And I'm not saying I'm giant, but I'm, 5'8". I'm big for a girl.
You're American.
I'm thick.
American portion.
I'm thick. That's all.
I like that.
But yeah, the Rose Bowl was just amazing because it's historic. I just really quickly looked up that Celebrity Theater, and I said, we've never been there, but I want to go because it's got like the revolving. Remember we just talked about it? Oh gosh, and then I switched pages. Anyways, it was like built in 1964. So it is very historic. You are no farther away from the stage than 70 feet.
Wow.
Small capacity, but I was like, I wonder what kind of events that they have there, what kind of concert and music. A lot of comedy shows, which we don't go to, so that explains it. And then there were some other like weird things and stuff that I don't even know about. And then there was also another venue that I read about earlier, and it's really popular for famous people. And I was like, wonder why famous people would go there, the Valley Bar.
Oh.
It's underground because it's in a basement of an old building. Super dark. That
Wow.
explains why celebrities would go there.
Yeah.
They call it underground, and I'm sure there's some more intimate rooms. They call it the library. I don't know what kind of things go on in there. But when I looked at their event, how come we've never been there? Well, we're not famous, but we also never been there because they have like DJs. We don't really listen to that. We're rock music, right? So there was DJs and some funk, but then there was also like trivia nights and women's night and Latino specials and again, stand-up comedy. So I guess there's a lot of venues out there we've never been. Maybe we'll never go to, but that celebrity one with the stage, that sounds kind of cool though, doesn't it? I don't know what we would ever go there to see.
I wonder how they get the power, because you got to hardwire everything on stage, and I wonder how the amplifiers would work when they're spinning and the power cord is just like wrapping around. I don't know.
Well, there are plenty of things.
It's an interesting concept.
But wait, what about when your dog, not our dog, but some dogs are leashed outside? So you put the stake that pivots, and the dogs can still run in circles without wrapping themselves around it. You just need something for the cord that is constantly pivoting as the stage is pivoting so that the cord doesn't get all wrapped. Duh.
Know. Yeah.
I do know.
Yeah.
They've obviously thought that out. Anyways, that's a cool concept. Like when I was up in the Space Needle, don't put your purse down on the ledge next to you because it won't be there in a little while. It'll be on the other side. And they tell you that when you sit down. Don't put your purse by the window. Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it?
There's a bar in Flagstaff that we went to a long time ago, and it also has live music. I can't remember what the name of the place was, but it was kind of a country bar because the whole place was like a log cabin, and there was a girl that was outside, and she was pretty like drunk and hammered, and we couldn't figure out. Remember we went with your boss at the time?
My what?
Your boss at the time, what was his name? I like the way your last name is. Peter.
We went with Peter?
Peter, yeah. We
Oh.
went up there with him.
Weird.
And
I
we
don't
met
remember any of this.
Bruce the drummer.
Oh, Bruce the drummer. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, that place is up there, and
about
it was an
drummer
interesting
Bruce.
place. But there's lots of places in Arizona that have music and have bands play there. So if you come into Arizona and you're from a different country or a different state, come check us out. We have tons of places to see some great bands and some great venues, and everything here, like I said, is very intimate, where you get a chance to actually see the band, not necessarily like have to wear binoculars and like, oh my god, I hope I get
Yeah.
to see somebody.
But I think they really, and I know it costs a lot of money, and it's construction and it's permits and you name it. They really need to get some shade for us.
Yeah.
Because it is so stinking hot here under the sun.
Well, it's 2026. We need to change this shit up.
Even our gorgeous State Farm Stadium, aka Cardinal Stadium, whatever else, there tons of names. I wrote
Yeah.
down all the names on that one too. We stood outside for Metallica in August, and there's nothing more to say. It's the desert and it's August,
And it's Metallica.
well, no, that was why we stood out there. Otherwise, we would have said, "F this,
Right.
we got to leave."
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm
It's
surprised
Metallica.
we didn't drop like flies. They could have put up at least temporary shade structures or something all around it,
Well,
because we were wrapped around the whole stadium.
When we went to Marquee, remember they had an ice chest
Yeah.
out there, and we were getting water.
Yeah.
And that's all they could do. It was like, no, there's more you can do.
Yeah. Well, we went to another big stadium. I don't remember which one. Maybe it was Chase Field. I have something nice to say about Chase Field. They had pop-ups out on the grass when we
Yeah.
were, and they had water. And you could see them cooler after cooler. They had tons of water to give to people because, again, it was hot, and they
Yeah.
don't want people fainting or getting injured or whatever, right?
If you're hosting an event and you have a band there, step up your game. Like, literally help people out and acknowledge them. They're paying big bucks to be there, and maybe not the
How
person
hard
in the
is
very...
it to have shade?
Right.
For gosh sakes.
It's
it doesn't have to be
Arizona.
a permanent structure, but it would be great if it was a permanent structure. Because we
So-
sit on burning hot curbs and, literally burning our skin. And, we're just trying to get in. And sometimes they don't let you in until like the exact minute.
That's stupid. And
Come
even
on.
at the exact minute, they sometimes lag because
Yep.
we have been there where it's like doors open at 6 and you look and it's like 6:05
Yeah.
and they're still dragging
And
their
we're
feet.
chomping at the bit. We're
Yeah.
dying outside.
Yeah.
And we're going, come on. Oh my gosh. Did you see movement? Are those people going? Oh, no, they're not.
That's the worst. Step up your game.
Yeah.
Live Nation, step up your game. Ticketmaster, step up your game. Venues, step up your game. That's bullshit. Get people that know what they're doing out there because we're already trying to survive just to get there early to get in to see this event. And we paid buku bucks that we didn't have in the first place to see these things. So give us a chance and give us something because right now in this day and age where we've got all this crap going on, we need something to hold on to. And when we go to an event and it's like says doors will open at this time, the concert's going to happen at this time, you need to abide by that. And if you don't, well then you need to accommodate us in some form or manner of giving us something so that we can survive until the procrastinated time is available.
Are you done raging?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to say something. We don't have songs to play, but we also been to the Chandler Center for the Arts
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
We saw Apocalyptica, and it was them. They play their Metallica on their cellos, and they effing rocked. They were so amazing. We used Apocalyptica. Turns out we're not very original because there's tons of people that have for our wedding music. Even it's beautiful, but it's because everyone recognizes it's a Metallica song, so that's the coolest shit ever. But it was just beautiful, and those guys, are they from Sweden also?
Yeah.
Old guys with long rocker
Not
hair,
old.
and they're big. Yeah, they were.
Are they?
They were like reminded me of Hammerfall
Well,
old.
a lot of Swedes look like they're
Banging
in their
their
30s.
heads, just
Yeah.
swinging their hair around. It was entertaining just to see them. But I mean, and that was a really, really pretty place. I felt like I was going somewhere fancy to watch like the theater.
I was actually going to say I have no complaints about the Chandler Center for the Arts.
No.
And they're right down the street from the Santan Brewing Company, which is where we went and we had food.
Right, yeah.
Honestly,
we saw John Cusack Cusack there.
No
and
complaints.
With John Cusack, we waited until kind of last minute. We had tickets pretty darn high up. So Apocalyptica, we didn't. We were sitting in a decent location. I don't remember.
The John Cusack thing was kind of a fraud
Well, it
because
was just
I
this-
ended up picking seats from a third-party site, and it was
Yeah.
like you only get to meet John Cusack if you were in the first front rows.
Yeah, but we
those
still
were like $300
saw him.
tickets, so it was like you're paying to meet him anyway. It was just I don't know, but anyway, that wasn't on the center. It was on the ticket. The
Correct.
event coordinator
because the center
the
was
event
pretty
holder.
inside and out. I didn't feel uncomfortable outside. Well, it's Chandler. I mean, Mesa, lots of sketch things goes on, and Chandler's pretty close to it. But at the same time, when I walked in, it was just I remember the beautiful lights, and I just felt like I was in like a really kind of a fancy
Bathrooms were clean.
theater place.
They had
Yeah.
drinks. They didn't have any much food, but
Yeah.
they had drinks. It was very elegant.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Good service too.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like a screening of Say Anything that we saw, and we were right up at the top, way at the back, and we could still see, we could still hear. It was really set up like an old theater.
Yeah.
I went with Liam and his little classmates years and years ago to the Orpheum. The Orpheum is seriously old. Ancient old. I say that because I felt like it. And we were way up because we were a school, and I don't know, we were probably the last of the bunch. So, but it was kind of cool because the acoustics, like we had one man, it was, I don't know, some weird thing that we watched, body movement, muscles and digestion, whatever, but he was just standing there on stage talking, doing goofy stuff for school kids, and I could totally hear him. And we were up on like the balcony, but intricate and gorgeous and hand painted kind of looking. It didn't look, decrepit or anything like that, but
Nice.
that was very shady where that one was.
Yeah.
And maybe just they're all kind of downtownish, a lot of the older ones, but maybe just the way we came in, there was people sleeping on the roads. The kids thought they were dead. I don't even know. Police action was just everywhere. There was so much going on.
That's downtown Phoenix.
Keep your
You
head
can't
on a
avoid
pivot,
that.
man. Yeah. There's millions of people that live here. People think Arizona is small and we're way out there and we're desert, or they think maybe Phoenix isn't really a big city. It is a very, very big
It's
city.
going to get bigger. I mean, we have the weather issues all across the Northeast or the East Coast, and I'm
We don't hear-
guaranteeing they're going to move it here.
It's 75 degrees today in January, almost February. That's pretty sweet compared to the, frozen tundra of the Northeast.
Well, continue listening to Rock Phoenix Live and check out our podcast as we go on, and it'll help you make you stay warm because, hey, this is Arizona and this is Rock Phoenix Live. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. We're going to end the show tonight with Metallica. We saw them in 2017. Boy, what a show over at State Farm Stadium. And that was, hands down, my favorite concert I've ever been to. It's Metallica. I mean, come on. What the hell? Is there any other band out there that would come close? If you're a Taylor Swift fan, maybe Taylor Swift would be closer, but no, Metallica is awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. Be safe. Love one another. And kick your ass and rock on. Rock Phoenix Live. Woo!
Fortune, fame, mirror vein, gone insane, but the memory remains. Heavy rings on fingers wave, another star denies and grave. See the nowhere crowd, crowd of nowhere cheers.
da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. La 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 la.